Chandni was a little girl, who every night lay on the roof of her house and tried to count the stars shining in the sky, her heart filled with a strange wish that a star would become her friend. Te banjai, koi aisa, jo usai samhe, uske saat khelen, usai naye, jahan dihaye. Asrat bihawa, mein thandakti, aur chand apni roshni, mein pura asman, bigorahata, Chandni na ankenban. Having done so, he thought for a moment, then looked towards the sky and softly prayed, "O stars, if any of you want to be my friend, fall down." And as soon as his words ended, a shining, the flower Tara fell from the sky towards the earth, becoming a ball of light that fell in the courtyard right in front of her. Chandni ran downstairs without delay, more excitement than fear in her eyes. Kta when he saw, a small shining thing was emerging from inside the stone. It was not a stone, it was a small shining magic star, whose color sometimes was blue, sometimes hara, sometimes gold. He told his name. "My name is Tiku. I am a magic star. I only come to those children who truly desire a friend." Chandni's happiness it was not there. Tiku told him that his magic is only for 7 nights. Every night he will take Chandni on a new magical journey, but when the 7th night ends, we will have to return to the sky. Chandni nodded in agreement, a sparkle in her eyes and hope in her heart. The first night they both sat talking in the starlight, Tiku told her, "You told me about a world where stars talk, fairies dance, and everything is magical." Chandni felt for the first time that her loneliness had ended. At that time both laughed, played, and made new dreams, and as soon as the first ray of morning arrived, Tiku disappeared into his books like a spark, waiting for the new journey of last night. Chandni's life had changed, and she didn't even realize how this small friendship would show her magical paths. As soon as the moonlit night illuminated the sky, Chandni called Tiku, and both of them got ready for a new journey. Today's destination was a magical world, hidden beneath the sea, where they speak, they praise, and they keep secrets. Tiku held Chandni's hand, and a blue sphere revolved around them. In the blink of an eye, they passed over the CP. We went inside the water, but this water was not ordinary water. It was glass-like, clear, shining, and filled with blue light. Under the sea, everything was full of magic. Colorful fishes, palaces made of motion, and magical flowers shining in the deep water that swayed on the breath of the waves. There Chandni met Miru, a small fish, carrying a message from the Queen of the Sea. The message had arrived. "Queen Neelrani wishes to meet you." Chandni and Tiku sat in a pearl chariot and went towards the Queen's palace, where sea stars were shining on the walls, and Chatanon Segit Nikal Rahe, the Rani Neelrani Bohot Khubsurati, Uske Balon Main Seaweed, Ka Hartha Aur, Uski Ankhon Main Salon Purane Ras. Usne Chandni ko bataya ka samundar main andarunite. The storm is raging in ancient magic. Once sealed, is now beginning to awaken. Only a human heart filled with truth can understand and stop that storm. I said in surprise, "But I am only a little girl, what can I do?" The Queen smiled and said, "Little girls are the greatest magic." Then she gave Chandni a golden water. Kabulbula Diaf, she breaks it in a place where there is falsehood, fear, and hatred. Then the light of truth and friendship will spread. While traveling in the sea, Chandni saw a dark corner where the fish were afraid and lonely because they had no wings and everyone else ran away from them. Chandni broke the bubble. There light escaped and the darkness was lit. Fish. They started talking to each other and all the friendship returned. Tiku happily told Chandni, "You are truly magic, which only those with pure hearts can understand." The Queen gave him a blue moha. Dijo harwaktiuse. Ya dilayegi ka usna samundar ka dukh ko khushi min badla. Wapas akar, Chandni, ne dekha ka uska dil aur halka ho gaya hai. Jaisa usne. Kuch aisa kar diya ho jo. Dunia ka liye zed. Tiku said, "Tomorrow night we will go to the jungle, under the earth, where every plant speaks." Chandni smiled and said yes, her heart now waiting for a new journey. As soon as night fell and the moon rose in the sky, Chandni took Tiku out of her book. He was still shining, as if the whole day's light had been stored in him. Tiku said, smiling, "Today, we are in the Valley of Fairies, where every flower speaks and every color hides magic." Chandni closed her eyes and Tiku held her hand. A faint circle of light surrounded them. Huma and Palak blinked and they reached a new world, where the sky was always red and blue, and the branches of the trees shone like pearls. Everywhere, colorful fairies were flying. Some fairies' wings were blue like the sky, some were golden, and some were pink like silk. The smallest fairy there, Lilu, came to Chandni and greeted her happily. "You are the human girl, whose D. It is absolutely clear as water." Chandni was surprised how they knew all this, but Tiku explained that in the world of magic, the voice of the heart can be heard from afar. The fairies gave Chandni a "Panna sheher dihaya jahan fulon ki kuch fuljarian banjadi. Thi. Mahiyan sangayat kartithin. Aur talayon kapaani. Sheshaban karkahanian. Dihatatha. Chandni ne khoti pariko. Rone dekha. Aur foran uske. Pas chali gayi. Pata chala ka uska panghtut gaya hai. Chandni ne bina soche apne dupate ka ektuk daus. Pari ka pang parbanda. Aur kaha. Kabi kabi thodi. Si mohabbat di jadu si hoti hai. Ebar kar hoti hai. Is kam the pura sheher roshan? Kariya sitarai neeli barish. Kitara baras na lakha. Or lilu na khanni. Sa kaha ka usay. Dil ki roshni. Ka inam diayaya. Pariyon. Ka badshahna. Yuse ek. Shoti. Si chamaktar. Podol di yismain. Ek waqt ka. Jadu tha ho sirf tab. Istemal kiya ja. Sakta tajab kisi. Kadil sakh main tut raha ho. Jab Chandni. Oh. Tiku wabas. Anlaj. Chandni. Ne liluka. He sighed and said, "This all seems like a dream, but it will always remain in my heart." Returning to her roof, Chandni looked towards the sky now. It seemed to her that every star knew her. And in every light, there is a story hidden. Tiku said, "Tomorrow we will go under the sea, where secrets are hidden with the magic-speaking fishes." Chandni smiled. In her eyes, Cham, keep y'alls. The fourth and final magical night of Chandni's life had arrived, and this time Tiku was taking her to a place where no human had ever gone, the jungle beneath the earth, where every plant spoke. Hai, har jad kisi purani kahani ka hissa hoti hai. Aur hawa main sirf khamoshi ka jado hota hai. Jays hai Tiku ne khadu ki roshni. Se rasta vanaya. Dono ek geri surang. Se gusarte. We ek roshan. Hara. We arrived in a dense jungle. This was no ordinary jungle. Here the branches of the trees rode in the air, and the earth spoke, as if telling stories. Chandni saw that every plant, ha kisi dukhbari kahani, kahisa, takahi ak khotibal sirf, isliya muriha, rahiti unke, yuse kabi, kisi na pyar se nahi chua, ek ful isliya banta unke, yusi akin, nahi ta ke wo kabi ke. Chandni spoke to each plant, touched it, smiled lovingly, and slowly the whole jungle came alive. Winged insects emerged. Flowers bloomed, and light emerged from the roots. But then suddenly, from inside the jungle, an old voice came, a dark magic, which was once born from someone's wounded feelings, and now it was burning in the jungle's light, that darkness. In front of Chandni, a form appeared, a dark mist, which said to her, "The world will snatch away your innocence. Darkness will swallow every light. So why are you carrying so much light?" Chandni didn't get scared. She looked towards Tiku, who was silent, as if this decision was only Chandni's. She took out the magic bubble, given by Rani Nilrani, from her pocket, and broke it in front of that darkness. With a sudden flash, everything was bathed in light, and when the mist cleared, there was a new breath in the jungle. Every plant, every vine, every flower was saluting it. The queen of the jungle, from an old root, Nikli, and Chandni was given a seed of light which could only sprout when someone planted it in the ground without any greed. Tiku said, "Now is the time for me to return to my sky." And there were tears in her eyes, but she smiled and said, "I will not stop you, because a good friendship should be free." Tiku hugged her, becoming a small spark in the sky. The style, there a star shone the brightest, the most beloved. The moonlight sowed a seed in a vacant land behind her house, without any hope, just for a memory. After some days, there arose a flower full of fragrance bloomed, which only Chandni could see. And every night when Chandni sat on the roof, she would smile, looking at a star, her friendship star, whose magic always remained in her heart.